Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is still Tuesday, January 31st, 2023. This will be the second video going up today. And I just took a walk up into the upper meadow. I'm going to show you, so if you can see this, I don't know if you can hear that and see the water. It is very wet. We had more rain today here at the homestead, which is surprise, surprise, right? It's been a very wet, mild winter here. Very wet and mild, but we're, just doing what we can. But I just took a walk up in the upper meadow and I was looking at some things up there, kind of trying to map out what's going to be happening up there in the future and those type of things. Yeah, there's a lot that has to be done, but that's okay. We will get there. We will absolutely get there. But slow and steady wins the race. So one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about in this video, guys, I talked about staging supplies over here for the bunker build. And I wanted to get a little bit more into staging supplies. Things may not always be available. That's a fact. We know that, right? We know that things can happen, things can change, and nothing ever stays the same, in the long run. So to me, you may not need these things right at the moment, but if you know what you have going on, know what you plan on doing, and plan accordingly, it puts you in a much, much better situation with planning ahead. So if you can stage things, get supplies that you're going to need, because again, I'm going to give you an example of the rebar. So 4 days ago, I was up in the one town, and I picked up, they only had 13 of the 4-foot long rebar, okay? So 2 days later, I went down to the other Lowe's that's in my location area. Neither one of them are close. But I went to the other Lowe's, and they had, enough rebar, so I picked up 40 pieces of 4-foot long rebar there. And probably maybe another 15 left if I had to guess. And realistically, I should go down and I should grab them while they're available. So, I think I'm going to be doing that. But today I went, and like I said, I was going to get the front end alignment done on the truck. I had to make an appointment, so I have to go back tomorrow to do that. But what happened was I stopped at the first Lowe's again. Now, it's been 4 days since I've been there. Looked and saw no new rebar in there yet. So that's what I mean by supplies may not be there. If you have a big project that you're going to be working on and you want to get things, ahead of time and squared away, it's better to do it while, you go to the store, you go, okay, this is what they have, and you grab that at that point. Maybe go a week later, and hopefully they've restocked things and they have a lot more in there. That's what your hope is. And so if you're, planning those things out, so when you get to that point where you're going to be working on whatever project it may be, you already have your materials on site that you've picked up ahead of time that you did not have to get all at once, which is going to obviously be much more expensive trying to get all those supplies at once. So if you plan it out ahead of time like that, it puts you in a better situation. It's the same exact thing with food. If you have planned ahead and you are prepping and you are getting those things ahead of time, it's a smarter thing to do. It's a smarter thing to do. Getting that stuff squared away. And here's the important thing, and I'm going to actually, it was a comment that was made on my Prepping for $10 a Week video, okay? And so, I think I hit that just because I am walking by. See the lights on in the truck? Hold on, let me see. Let's see if they go back out. They should. Give that a minute. Yeah, no, don't jump on me, you muddy. Stop, you. Oh, hella. What is wrong with you? A lot, I know. I'm already dirty. I don't need to be more dirty. But anyway, going back, I wanted to talk about this more. With, so a comment was made about the peanut butter that I got for my $10 a week preps. And I got 3 pounds of Peter Pan peanut butter, okay? And the lady, and it was $7.50 for that, or $7.32, I believe is what it was, to be honest with you. So it was like $7.32 for that peanut butter. And somebody came on and made a comment, and like I said, this is not a bad comment, but she said, well, you know, if you go buy the off-brand peanut butter, it's this pretty much the same thing, but it's $3 less. Now, here's the important part of prepping that I want you guys to remember, take into consideration more than anything else. You can get a lot of off-brand stuff, and that's great, and it's cheaper, yes. Does it always taste the same? Absolutely not. I like Peter Pan peanut butter, so that's a hit that I'm going to take because that is something that I enjoy. So regardless, yeah, would I eat off-brand peanut butter after an SHTF event? You better believe I would, okay? No problem whatsoever. But when you are planning ahead and you have time, and if you have the money, you better get what you like. That's an important part of it too. I want you guys to remember that you better get what you like, because when that time comes, you know, now you got to eat this stuff that you've stocked up, and maybe you don't like the taste of that peanut butter, or there's something off about it, or whatever the case may be. It's going to make all the difference in the world in that type of an event. You know, creature comfort foods that you're used to, things that you like, I think that that is important. And I think that that's one of the things that we should be, you know, thinking about ahead of time and planning for, and all those type of things. So something to think about. Again, if you're going to be prepping and you're trying to, you know, even if you're trying to do it on the cheap or on a budget, still purchase the things that you like. Like I said, the off-brand soups and stuff like that, I could give a crap less about those, especially if it's something that I'm mixing in with another, you know, thing for my meal. That's, you know, not a big deal at all. So something to think about. Just wanted to share that with you. And like I said, she wasn't, you know, I wasn't taking her comment in bad in any way, shape, or form. She was making a point. But my point is this: if it's something that you like, and if it's something that you're going to eat, you might as well prep up the stuff that you like that you're going to eat. Like, people will say, oh, well, that's not good, and you shouldn't get this, or you shouldn't get that. Well, like I said, you're prepping. You're trying to diversify your preps. You're trying to get things, planning ahead. And again, so like your pastas, I like pasta, so I'm going to buy pasta. I like, you know, SpaghettiOs, in meatballs and SpaghettiOs, right? So I'm going to buy those, and I'll buy the off-brand because I don't care about that. I'm not going to pay that much more for the name brand, but I like that type of stuff. So raviolis, I like raviolis. I don't care if it's in a can. Doesn't make no difference to me, all right? So, you know, we have to think about those things ahead of time, plan accordingly, and do what you can do. That's just something to think about. And so again, when you're prepping, get the stuff that you like. That's the point that I'm making, all right? So anyway, guys, listen, I am going to jump off here. I'm going to get this video up for you probably 7:30 in that range. I'm not 100% sure yet, but we will get that up for you guys. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. If you guys can remember that and think about that ahead of time, you're going to be much, much better off. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every day how you feel. It's really, really important, and we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from achieving your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right? Guys, keep prepping, keep doing what you can do, get as ready as you can be, because when the other shoe drops, I think it's going to be a very bad situation for us all. And so The more prepared we are for those type of situations, the better our chances of survival are. So think about that, all right? I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.